Okay, let's talk about books for babies. Baby books are some of my favorite ones to start with because that's how I started with Usborne, is buying books for my own babies. Here's one of our newer ones, Hello Baby. It's a nice soft cloth book, cute little story. You're saying good morning and good night to different animals. You know, that's where you start with babies, but it's a sweet little cloth book, so it's soft, has a cute little handle. I made it out of plastic with a little ring, so just a great book for little hands to handle. I'm going to hop over here to the stroller books. There are about 3 of these. Here's 2 of them that we have. I bought these for my own baby, my son, when he was a baby. I liked to hook him to the car seat or the stroller, and I just gave him a toy to play with, but I liked that the toy he was playing with was a book. Lots of fun colors. It has little places where they can stick their little fingers in the hole, little things that babies like to do to handle them. And he used those at like 4 months, 5 months. I had those hooked to his stuff. Here's another one for infants that's really great, 1, 2, 3 counting. As you can see, it folds out, and it's one of those great black and white books with some bright pops of color. Really good for that infant focus. You know, their eyes do better with the black and white stuff. It helps draw their attention. This is a great tummy time book because you can stand it up next to your tummy time mat and give your little one something to look at. A big fan of this series. This is My Wild Animal World, and there's a couple of others in this series that we have, and it's like a cool looking little book with a magnetic closure, but when you open it up, mine has some wear and tear, you can see, because we have loved on this book a lot. You actually get 9 little books inside, and they each tell a quick little story as you go through, following the same pattern. Like in this one, because it's the wild animals, they talk about what they are, where they live, what their baby's called, what they eat, what sound they make. And then you've got the picture on the cover that matches the picture inside, so it actually becomes like a little puzzle too. My kids have loved these. My daughter loved them when she was, I think we got these right before she turned 2. My son, I've watched him really fall in love with them from about 12 months on, where he just really got into just sitting and looking through them, and now he's moved into dumping them out and putting them back in. So kind of an activity and a book in one. Then we've got some great books. We have some really good books that help with words and first words. Usborne Colors is a really good one, where it's got these great pictures of just really common things, but in color, so they can practice words, but also colors at the same time. They're getting that color recognition. And then there's My First Word book is another great one, and there's several of these. There's just a general My First Word. There's a couple of like My First Word book, but different topics that you can find. And like they're broken into categories. So you see animals, family and friends, food and drink, teaching them important words like cookies and pizza. I totally believe in that. But these are just really sweet board books for little ones. Okay, these are some of my absolute favorites. That's Not My series. We have probably 6 or 7 of these, and we probably will end up getting more before all is said and done because my kids are not too old for them yet. These are super fun, touchy-feely books that start right with the cover. You've got touchy-feely elements on the covers of them. And they all have the same storyline. You're looking at all the things that are not. So that's not my plane because it's engine's too lumpy, wheels are too squashy, and it gives them something to touch or push on each page. So you get to the end, and at the end of the book, they find their plane or squirrel or lion or whichever subject it is, and whatever element that makes it theirs. My kids love these. The baby loved them. He loved them as a baby. My 3-year-old still likes them. She still likes to sit and read them, and she kind of has them memorized and knows what they say, even though she can't read. Because they're just fun, touchy-feely, interactive books. Speaking of touchy-feely, interactive, we've got a couple of different styles of Baby's First interactive that I want to show you, and you can find several books in each of these styles, several topics. So there's a very first just touchy-feely playbook. So the playbook is going to have some lift the flap elements, some like little follow the trail elements, and touchy-feely. It's sort of a combination of multiple elements that are really fun. This is the farm one. There are the finger trail books, which I think are great for really littles because, again, you have a little bit of flaps, but you have always on each page there's going to be these little grooves where they can follow with their little fingers. And sometimes they have texture in them. I think they're just great. It was cool to me that when I got these, my son, who's just little, I mean, he's 17 months now, but when we first got these, he just immediately knew what to do. And then the slide and see, same thing. They move along, and they can't really rip anything. Great books for babies. Check them out.